channel. Today's Sunday, July 11th, and it is 8:58 in the morning. And I'm finally going to try a piece of homemade, first time, made my own baklava. I love baklava. Just never got around to trying it. So here it is. I know it's early in the morning. Whoa. But I've been up since like 3:30. Wow, look at that. Almost looks like lasagna, which I need to try to make too. Yeah, so let me pour myself a cup of tea. Also, look at this. I've got my own bottled honey. 5. I forget what the ounces are on these. We're gonna have 5 of these. Let me move this aside. And here we have fresh homemade baklava made from extracted honey from my own hives on the carousel. Alright, let's pour the water for my tea. And of course, I don't need to add sugar. I've got my own honey. Might as well use it. And a little milk. Well, how did I get to this point? Let's take a look. The first thing I had to do, of course, is get the honey out. The remaining honey out of the frames, the honeycomb. So I wasn't going to use it all. And it was a little messy. I used a cookie sheet to catch up all the drippings, but I still managed to get honey all over the place. I should have weighed that frame. I don't know how much it weighed. But then I found a potato masher. So I started mashing, and I put the gloves on. I didn't want the honey all over my hands. And eventually I decided just to go ahead and use my hands, with my gloves on. Made that squishing sound. Like, I don't know if they're popular anymore, the slime videos. Is that a big thing anymore? I was gonna try to make my own slime a long time ago, a couple of years ago, when I started thinking about doing ASMR. You're gonna have to bear with me because I don't want to dig right into this. I want to show you how I got to this point. Now then, what you have to do is, after I break up all the wax surrounding the honeycomb, you put it into like a fine mesh sieve. You can buy these from bee supply places, and you pour it into the sieve. And I don't have an extractor, and the extractors for those large frames are going to be not easy to find because the standard is those Langstroth frames. But I just used gravity overnight, dripped it into the bucket, and then I've got that honey gate, open it up, and I poured it into the bottles. And that's where I have all these bottles here. 5 of them. I ended up with 5. Pretty cool. It's the first time for me. extracting the honey, even though, I've had bees for a while. Then I got the phyllo dough, which you just have to make sure it doesn't dry out while you're using it. You put damp paper towels over it, and you just have layers of the phyllo. You brush on some butter, put the walnuts on, put another sheet of the phyllo dough on, and you just build up those layers, and then you put it in the oven for an hour at 350 degrees, and during that hour you make this simple syrup. Okay everyone, I just took this out of the oven, 350 degrees for an hour, after assembling the layers of phyllo dough, butter, walnuts, phyllo dough, and butter. This is what I have, and the only thing that is left to do is to, I have 1 cup of honey, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, a couple of lemon slices, and a cinnamon stick, and you're going to pour that all over this, and when it cools, this pastry is just going to suck up all that liquid, and it's just going to be so good. Let's take a closer look. That looks pretty good. Now, I didn't exactly get the diamonds as like a traditional shape, but yeah, I just have to pour this mixture here onto the pastry, onto the baklava. This is gonna be epic. First time for me making baklava. The only thing is I have to wait like 24 hours for this to cool off and to soak up all that sugar syrup and honey solution. Man, this is gonna be delicious. Stay tuned. So I just cut myself out a nice slice, and let's dig in. I'm just going to use my hand. Wow. I wasn't certain if I got the walnuts chopped fine enough. I really made this as the thickest piece of baklava I've ever had. Some recipes call for pistachios, but I couldn't find any pistachios that were already shelled, and then it dawned on me that would be so expensive. Pistachios are very expensive. Wow. sticks of unsalted butter in between all the layers, brushing it on. You actually have to drizzle it on because the phyllo dough is so thin you can tear it. I got the walnuts in between my gums and my cheek. Wow, yeah. I'm gonna have to either give some of this away to the neighbors or freeze it. Wow. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. Sorry it took so long to make this video. But yeah, I finally got around to getting all the pieces together and assembling it. And getting the video together. So, thanks for your continued support. Thanks for sticking around the channel. And thank you for your comments. And thanks to all my PayPal contributors. And thanks to my Amazon. Thanks for using the Amazon affiliate link in the description to make any of your Amazon purchase. Really like that. What I gotta do now is, the one thing about extracting honey is if you got this mess, you know, with all this excess honey, that's still a great resource that the bees would appreciate. Even whatever's left over in the wax. So I'm gonna put that outside, and as soon as the bees discover that, they'll be all over it, and believe me, they won't leave a single bit of honey, because that's just already processed, you know, and that's a lot, represents a lot of energy savings for the hive. So the bees will be all over that, and we'll clean up everything, and then I'll be able to take the wax and melt that. So thanks again everyone, appreciate your comments and your continued support. Until next video, bye. Thanks for watching.